Buenos dias from Bed-Stuy. This is the Rorschach Spain update from the 22nd of August, 2024. Quick summary of what's going down in Spain. This week, UK news outlet The Telegraph said that far-right groups in Spain are exploiting the murder of a young person named Mateo to inflame anti-immigration sentiments across the country. Sunday, the 18th of August, a masked attacker fatally stabbed an 11-year-old named Mateo while he was playing football in Mocejon, near Toledo in the central Castilla-La Mancha region. On Tuesday, the 20th, a man was later arrested in connection with his death. Far-right Falange Party, a remnant of Francisco Franco's dictatorship, immediately linked the crime to migration, saying that an immigrant killed Mateo despite no evidence of the suspect's identity. Falange and other right-wing groups have also criticized Spain's policy of relocating unaccompanied migrant minors who have traveled to Spain illegally. Since the start of the year, around 400 unaccompanied minors have arrived and been moved to specialized centers around the peninsula. Vox leader Santiago Abascal hinted at broader societal dangers, echoing concerns about immigration. Mateo's family, however, urged calm, emphasizing that no one should be blamed based on race or ethnicity. The incident follows similar far-right unrest in the UK, sparked by the murders of 3 children, which coincidentally were proven not to be linked to immigration at all. Saturday, the 17th of August, was a day of remembrance for Spain, specifically Barcelona, as the nation honored the 7th anniversary of the 2017 jihadist attacks, which killed 16 people and injured 350. The attacks were commemorated with a solemn ceremony in La Rambla. Many victims, particularly those with psychological scars, have yet to receive compensation and have repeatedly demanded recognition and support from the Spanish government. They still seek full disclosure about the attacks, focusing on the alleged connections between the mastermind Imam Es Sateh, an imam who was the orchestrator behind the 2017 Barcelona attacks, and his work for Spanish intelligence. Authorities attended the memorial. However, some demonstrators accused the state of complicity. In Ripoll, a small Catalan town where the terrorists were based, a monument was inaugurated to honor the victims. In other news, Salvador Illa, Catalonia's new president, has called for the Mossos d'Esquadra, Catalonia's regional police, to be kept out of political conflicts following failed attempt to arrest former Catalan leader Charles Puigdemont. Speaking at the Egara police complex on Wednesday, the 14th, Illa emphasized the need to improve public services, particularly public safety, and announced plans to increase the police force from 18,000 to 22,000 officers by 2030. The Mossos faced criticism after Puigdemont, wanted for his role in the 2017 independence referendum, escaped a planned arrest during Illa's inauguration as president. Illa avoided direct commentary on the incident, but stressed the importance of the police operating independently from political turmoil, reaffirming the government's support for the force. Elsewhere in Spain, a severe wildfire in Jaén, Andalucía, has burned over 700 hectares of forest near the Encinarejo Reservoir in the Sierra de Andújar Natural Park, prompting the evacuation of around 500 residents from the area. The fire began on Sunday, the 18th, and threatened several scattered residential areas, the key habitat centers for Spain's famous big cat, the Iberian lynx. The Andalus government declared a state of emergency. Nearly 200 fighters and 17 aircraft have been battling the blaze, which was stabilized by Sunday evening. High temperatures and changing winds complicated the firefighting efforts. In Madrid, on Monday the 19th, the regional government confirmed it's shifting its education policy to charge concertados, which are schools that are privately run but publicly and privately funded. Charges will be imposed into any concertado that expands their services to include non-mandatory private education, such as early childhood education and courses related to practical skills and knowledge in specific trades and professions. This marks a departure from previous policies allowing the government to collect fees from schools that profit by expanding their educational services. The ruling will be applied to any concertado built on public land. Still in Madrid, Spain wants to enhance health controls at the Barajas airport following warnings from the World Health Organization, WHO, to prevent the spread of a deadlier variant of the Mpox virus. The new strain, Clade 1b, has killed over 450 people in the Democratic Republic of Congo and, according to WHO, poses a global threat. Fatima Matude, Spain's health minister, urged the central government to implement stricter controls at the airport to prevent the potential national outbreak. She advised anyone with symptoms to seek immediate medical help. New variant is more lethal than the one seen in Europe in 2022, with a fatality rate of 1 in 20 adults and higher risk for children and pregnant women. For now, the Mpox variant does not seem to be spreading in Europe. Music news: Spanish authorities are investigating the filming of Katy Perry's new music video, Lifetimes, in the ecologically sensitive dunes of San Plemador, a protected islet in the Balearic Islands. The video, which includes scenes filmed in Ibiza and Formentera, allegedly did not have the necessary permits for shooting in the protected area. While Perry is not under investigation, the local production company is being scrutinized for potentially violating environmental regulations. The company said that it had a verbal authorization to film, but officials stated the proper permissions were not secured. More about the environment: as a devastating outbreak of Shaleya fastidiosa bacteria is destroying almond trees in northern Alicante. Bacteria and the drought have reduced almond production in the Valencia community by nearly 36% over the past 4 years. Bacteria that gets into the water and nutrients pathways of plants cause them to die within 4 to 5 years. The epidemic, which began in Spain in 2016, has wiped out 99% of almond cultivation in affected areas, severely impacting the region's economy. The European Union's eradication protocol requires the removal of all trees within 50 meters of an infected plant, but local farmers in the ASCA Agricultural Union are calling for a switch to a containment strategy, which would allow local authorities to get rid of only a few plants rather than all of them, effectively containing the outbreak. Similar projects have been used elsewhere in Spain, which has seen some good results. Moving on, flash flooding in the Balearic Islands has forced hundreds to evacuate their homes as severe thunderstorms and heavy rain hit the region last week. The storms, which struck on Wednesday the 21st and Thursday the 22nd, brought up to 114 millimeters of rain in just 24 hours. The extreme weather also caused significant damage, including roof collapses and fallen trees. Strong winds reaching 62 miles an hour made maritime conditions hazardous, leading to vessel collisions and rescue. Over 50 flights were canceled. Get ready for one of Extremadura's biggest cultural events. The Palencia International Folk Festival is back on Tuesday the 27th and Wednesday the 28th of August at the Torre Lucia with around 20,000 attendees. It's a celebration of folk music featuring pop artists like Gwendal and Carlos Nunez, plus rising stars like Acetre. Beyond the performances, there are parades, workshops, and more. To wrap up this episode, get ready for the ultimate food fight. La Tomatina, Spain's iconic festival, is back on Wednesday the 28th of August in Buñol, Valencia. Wild event draws thousands from around the world to hurl over 100 metric tons of tomatoes in the streets. Once attracting up to 50,000 participants, it's now capped at 20,000 due to ticketing, making it an exclusive experience. Chaos kicks off when trucks unload tomatoes, and after an hour of messy mayhem, streets are washed clean with water from a Roman aqueduct. It's a once-in-a-lifetime, very messy thrill. And that's it for this week. Thanks for joining us. Before we leave, did you know that if you're listening to us on Spotify, you can leave comments or questions in the episode? There's a comment box right there. The comments are private by default, and we won't publish them. You want us to get back to you, share your email so we can contact you. We'd love to hear from you. Put something in there. Go crazy. Fundies.